You keep saying you're going to the gym and doing Pilates, but then you aren't eating anything. Are you doing those new drugs everyone's doing?
What if I told you that a cartoon featuring crude humor and outrageous scenarios has become a powerful lens for examining societal issues? South Park, the long-running animated series, has been tackling complex topics for over 2 decades. From identity politics to tech industry ethics, from pandemic responses to media manipulation, South Park consistently exposes modern hypocrisies. How does a show known for singing poop and alien probes manage to offer such sharp social commentary? This video explores the unlikely journey of an animated series that evolved into a cultural touchstone, challenging our perceptions and sparking important conversations about societal transformations. When South Park first hit the airwaves in 1997, it seemed like just another raunchy cartoon. The animation was deliberately crude, with characters that looked like they were cut out of construction paper. The humor was shocking, offensive, and often scatological. Critics dismissed it as juvenile trash, and parents' groups were outraged. But beneath the surface, something more complex was brewing. In those early episodes, creators Trey and Matt Stone were already laying the groundwork for what would become one of the most incisive social critiques on television. The first season's Big Gay Al's Big Gay Boat Ride exemplified this approach. At a time when LGBTQ+ representation in mainstream media was scarce and often stereotypical, South Park introduced Big Gay Al, a positive gay character who challenged prevailing attitudes. As the show progressed, its targets became more ambitious. The animation style evolved, becoming smoother and more sophisticated, mirroring the maturation of the show's content. By the early 2000s, South Park was tackling complex issues head-on. Osama bin Laden Has Farty Pants, which aired just 2 months after 9/11, addressed terrorism, patriotism, and American foreign policy with surprising nuance, all while maintaining its trademark irreverence. This evolution wasn't accidental. Parker and Stone realized they had a unique platform to address social issues. They developed a rapid production schedule, allowing them to create episodes in just 6 days. This gave South Park the ability to respond to current events with unprecedented speed, often beating even live-action shows to the punch. The show's recurring characters became vehicles for exploring different aspects of society. Cartman often represents the worst of American excess and prejudice. Kyle frequently stands in for the frustrated liberal. Stan often serves as the audience surrogate. Navigating the insanity around him, real-world events increasingly shape the show's narratives. The 2008 financial crisis inspired a 3-part episode about the economy, featuring complex explanations of market forces disguised as a subplot about Stan's dad's margarita machine. The rise of social media led to episodes like You Have Zero Friends, which explored the pressures of online popularity. As South Park's reputation grew, so did its influence. The show's ability to distill complex issues into digestible, humorous narratives made it a powerful tool for cultural critique. Episodes like Cartoon Wars sparked real-world debates about free speech and religious sensitivity. The transformation was complete. South Park had evolved from a crude cartoon into a mirror for society, reflecting our hypocrisies, fears, and struggles. Its seemingly simplistic animation style became a strength, allowing it to tackle subjects that live-action shows couldn't touch without seeming preachy or heavy-handed. This evolution didn't come without controversy. South Park's approach meant that it sometimes crossed lines, offending various groups, but this willingness to push boundaries is part of what makes the show so effective. It forces viewers to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves and society. In 2011, South Park aired an episode that eerily predicted the future of tech privacy concerns. Human Centipede seemed absurd at the time, but its commentary on user agreements and data privacy has become increasingly relevant in our digital age. Most people think South Park's controversy stems from its offensive content, but the truth is, it comes from the show's refusal to pick sides. This approach allows the series to tackle complex issues in technology and media with surprising depth and nuance. The Human Centipede episode parodies Apple's product launches and user agreements. It raises serious questions about tech industry ethics and our willingness to sacrifice privacy for convenience. The exaggerated portrayal of users blindly agreeing to terms and conditions without reading them has only become more relevant in the age of data breaches and privacy scandals. South Park's ability to predict real-world tech issues extends beyond this single episode. Take You Have Zero Friends, which aired in 2010. It exposed our growing obsession with social media and online validation years before terms like social media addiction entered the mainstream lexicon. Stan's friend count becomes a literal measure of his worth, while Kyle frantically tries to maintain his online presence at the expense of real-world relationships. The show's creators, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, have an uncanny ability to spot emerging societal trends and extrapolate their potential consequences. Informative murder porn takes aim at sensationalist media, suggesting that adults are as susceptible to media influence as children are to violent video games. It's a clever role reversal that forces viewers to confront their own media consumption habits. South Park tackled online trolling, fake news, and the dark side of social media long before these became hot-button issues. In The Damned, Cartman's girlfriend breaks up with him for his online behavior, highlighting the real-world consequences of digital actions. There's Sarah T. Roberts, a professor of information studies at UCLA, points out that the show often captures the zeitgeist of our relationship with technology better than many serious academic papers. By using absurdist humor and crude animation, South Park exposes tech and media hypocrisies in a way that's both entertaining and thought-provoking. The show's format allows it to push boundaries that live-action series can't, creating scenarios that are simultaneously ridiculous and eerily close to reality. This approach isn't limited to tech and media. South Park applies the same critical lens to political and social justice issues, often challenging viewers' preconceptions and forcing them to confront uncomfortable truths. South Park's political commentary has repeatedly proven prescient, anticipating major shifts in American politics years before they occurred. In the 2004 episode Douche and Turd, the show presented a biting critique of the two-party system that would become increasingly relevant in subsequent elections, particularly in 2016 and 2020. The show's approach to political satire is unique in its refusal to align with any particular ideology. Instead, it exposes absurdities and hypocrisies across the political spectrum. This equal opportunity mockery allows South Park to navigate modern political discourse with remarkable dexterity. Douche and Turd forces viewers to confront the often unsatisfying choice between two undesirable candidates. This theme resonated strongly in recent elections, where voters expressed dissatisfaction with both major party nominees. The episode's critique of the two-party system became increasingly relevant in subsequent years. South Park's political commentary has evolved alongside the changing landscape of American politics. In early seasons, episodes tackled environmental activism and post-9/11 patriotism. More recent seasons have explored populism, social media's impact on political discourse, and increasing polarization. The show's exploration of identity politics is particularly relevant in today's climate. Episodes like With Apologies to Jesse Jackson and The Sissy expose the complexities and discussions about race, gender, and identity. By presenting these issues through absurdist humor, South Park allows viewers to engage with difficult topics in a less threatening way. South Park's ability to generate real-world discussions demonstrates its impact beyond entertainment. The episode Cartoon Wars addressed the controversy surrounding depictions of Muhammad in cartoons, sparking actual debates about free speech and religious sensitivity. The character of Mr. Garrison underwent a significant transformation, becoming a Trump-like figure in recent seasons. This allowed the show to comment directly on the current political climate, addressing issues like climate change denial, the Me Too movement, and cancel culture. Critics argue that South Park's both sides mentality can lead to false equivalencies. However, defenders point out that the show's goal is not to provide definitive answers, but to encourage critical thinking and challenge entrenched beliefs. What sets South Park apart is its ability to balance critique while maintaining a coherent narrative. The show doesn't simply mock different viewpoints, it exposes the underlying logic, or lack thereof, behind various political stances. This approach often leads to real-world reactions that mirror the conflicts portrayed in the show. South Park's political commentary has proven remarkably adaptable, consistently finding ways to expose hypocrisies and absurdities in modern political discourse. As American politics continue to evolve, the show's satirical lens remains a powerful tool for understanding and critiquing our complex political landscape. The COVID-19 pandemic presented an unprecedented challenge for satirists worldwide. South Park rose to the occasion with The Pandemic Special, a standalone episode that aired in September 2020. The episode wove together multiple pandemic-related issues, from from mask debates to police reform, showcasing the show's ability to rapidly adapt to breaking news. In the pandemic special, South Park's citizens struggle with lockdown measures, misinformation, and mental health strain. The episode addresses the pandemic's disproportionate impact on marginalized communities and the politicization of public health measures. By using familiar characters, South Park makes complex societal problems more accessible to its audience. Unlike other media representations of the pandemic, South Park offered a unique blend of humor and social commentary. The show's creators, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, adapted their production process to remote work while maintaining their quick turnaround time. They utilized video conferencing tools and cloud-based collaboration software to continue their trademark rapid response to current events. Viewer reactions to South Park's pandemic episodes were mixed, but largely positive. Social media platforms buzzed with discussions about the show's take on controversial topics. Many praised the series for providing comic relief during a difficult time, while others appreciated its no-holds-barred approach to addressing societal issues. South Park's approach to social movements has been equally nuanced. The episode Banned in China took aim at corporate censorship and performative activism. This episode proved so controversial that it was banned in China, demonstrating the real-world impact of South Park's satire. The show's treatment of cancel culture and the problem with Apu further illustrates its ability to tackle complex social issues. By personifying these issues through familiar characters, South Park encourages viewers to examine their own beliefs and biases. South Park's rapid response to current events extends to its serialized storytelling, allowing for more in-depth exploration of ongoing issues. This approach was particularly evident in the show's treatment of the Trump presidency, with Mr. Garrison serving as a stand-in for the former president over multiple seasons. South Park's unique perspective stems from its willingness to challenge all sides of a debate. The show's creators refuse to align with any particular ideology, instead focusing on exposing hypocrisy and absurdity wherever they find it. This approach allows South Park to offer fresh insights on sensitive topics. By using animation and absurdist humor, South Park pushes boundaries that live-action shows can't. The crude animation style serves as a Trojan horse, delivering sophisticated social commentary under the guise of juvenile humor. This technique has proven remarkably effective, with South Park becoming a cultural touchstone for multiple generations of viewers. South Park's legacy as a cultural touchstone is undeniable. For over 25 years, it has exposed hypocrisy, challenged trends, and predicted shifts with razor-sharp satire. Episodes like You Have Zero Friends and Human Centipede addressed social media and tech ethics before they became mainstream concerns. The show's political commentary in Douche and Turd and The Sissy confronts uncomfortable truths about our system and identity politics. As society evolves, South Park will likely tackle future issues with its trademark wit. Viewers are encouraged to re-watch classic episodes critically, gaining new insights into modern complexities. The show's ability to make us laugh while challenging our perspectives remains its greatest strength. As co-creator Trey Parker said, "We're not trying to change the world, but we're not afraid to take on the world."